Hello, and welcome to the McCaffreyCrafts live stream. This is a live stream which I do every week, and I make myself available for you guys in the community. As you can see today, I have a guest, a guest that hasn't been on here for a while. It's my good dad, my twin.
Hello, everybody.
It looks like, what it looks like? It's like the before and after picture, like.
Yeah.
After dealing with Blackthorn for a few years and stuff.
That's it.
But
wear and tear.
Exactly. So, like, guys, we are two stick makers. My dad's a carpenter by trade. He's been involved in wood all his life. I'm keeping the family tradition of Blackthorn stick making going for another generation. And this is our craft. This is our passion. This is what we believe in. This will be our legacy. McCaffreyCrafts is a Blackthorn business, and we try to make ourselves like useful for society. Like, if you're on Facebook, please share the live stream. Go to the post and hit share so that our live stream can be shared all over Facebook as well. Tell as many people as you can. And so today, if you guys have any specific questions for my dad, like, he's here, you're probably sick of hearing me talking. And if you don't have questions, I can ask my dad some questions to kind of get going and stuff as well. But before we begin, do you want to say anything to the guys in the community?
Yeah, looking forward to asking whatever questions you want to ask, and I'll do my best to answer them in my own way.
Exactly. Like, none of the basic questions, lads. Ask something decent for a change. Not like the most basic question: what color paint do you use? Black paint or something. But here we have. Let's see. We have David Gellner, who says, "Hey, I caught you mid conversation, and hey, Mr. McCaffrey." So
hello, how are you, David?
How are things, David, as well, man? Man, look, you have my dad on the broadcast here today, so ask some questions. Like, that's what we're here for, to answer some questions and different things as well. So look, I will ask the first question to my dad, something very, very easy as well. So the first question I'll ask my dad in the interview is, like, how did you first become interested in crafting Blackthorn shillelagh walking sticks? How did you first become interested?
The first time I came in saw my father making them. He was a craftsman of, working with his hands and with wood and timber and stuff. Yes. So when I saw him making them, and after a while he told me here how to make small little ones, little kiddie ones, maybe when I was about 10 years of age. So then eventually I progressed up to larger, and then I think I was as good as him then after a while. So, and yeah, that's how it does. It's just to see it, when your family are making something, you have to show an interest, like, and it was the interest that I really liked,
Okay. Well, okay, so going from you saw a bit of interest, you saw Granddad working away as well, and so, like, what kind of inspired you to actually start specializing it and doing it and going into woodwork? Like, why did you get involved with wood?
Well, actually, I did a course in woodwork in college, and that was the start of it. That I was good working with my hands, and I had good knowledge of picking up how to do different things. A simple thing like taking a planer apart and piece all the names and numbers, and you could strip down. It's like people who use guns, you could strip down a gun. While I was with tools, I could strip anything down and knew how to put them back, how to sharpen them. So they were things that you must have before, a skill you must have before you start, working with timber at all. So
okay, don't get an Irish person talking about stripping down guns.
Well, don't mention the war.
Okay, James Coleman has a question here. Do you carve wood or twigs or base wood carvings?
No, we don't do that. No, that's for kiddies.
Yeah. Kiddies, man. We're more advanced, we're black belt ninjas here.
Yeah, we do the large items, not ties.
Okay, so here we have the next question, or the next comment is I just wanted to say thank you for sharing your generations of knowledge with us on YouTube, and we're both happy to as well. Like,
yeah,
you have the knowledge here, man. Ask some questions. Don't be shy. Like, my dad's here to answer questions. Interrogate him, man. Give him a tough time, man. Ask him the toughest questions you can think of. Right. We'll say great question. Okay. So David likes the first question I asked, and my question, at least to start you off yourself, is do you prefer any style or type of stick to collect, and what is your own personal preference like?
Well, I really like the knob stick because You know, it highlights the blackthorn very well, and it's renowned for that type of a knob stick. With another one with plenty of knuckles, which are the thorns, where the thorns come out and the knuckles form, like the knuckles on the back of your hand. And those are the things that I really like to try to get on a good blackthorn.
Okay. Very good. So, blackthorn is synonymous. Like the most common type of handle, of course, is the knobstick, and of course, is known for those poisonous thorns and knuckles. Steve Kelly with his Trump profile picture.
Hello, Steve.
Says, "Good evening, Francis is."
Yeah. Oh, Tim.
Tim
man.
Oh,
another northern man again. Hello. How are you?
Hello. Yeah. Tim was right here in our shop. Was it 2 weeks ago?
Yeah, seems like that. Yeah, it was.
He stayed a few days. Actually, Tim, man, like, how did you? Because I had to go to Amsterdam that weekend. How did you get on Clorglen? You stayed there for 4 days, man. What did you go out and see? Okay. Sorry, we'll just go to Wayne first. When can we start cutting leaves? Are still on the hazel. So basically, it's a cutting question. So when can you start cutting? He's saying basically.
The best time to cut the blackthorn is when the leaves are gone. You may still get the slow when you see the slow fruit on it, and it's gone very purpley, even maybe withered. You know, which means it's getting old. That is the time, because that means that the moisture is not going up to the tree anymore. It's sinking down and it's hibernating for the winter.
Very good. Tony, old school of the channel, man. Tony asked some questions, saying good evening to everyone.
Hello, Tony.
Okay, let's see now. We have David Steady says, hello from Connecticut, USA.
David, good man.
Tim has a question. My question would be to Francie.
Yeah, that's me.
Francie. That's how you just, we're two Francis. So we say Francis, Francie. Said to Francis, when did you leave for Mana?
1965.
1965. There you have it. Okay, Mary from Wyoming says hi, Francis and Frank as well. Yeah,
hello,
that's good
Mary.
association, Francis and Frank.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah.
And Wayne says thank you as well. Okay, so like I can ask another question as well, because I'll throw in. Wait, is there someone at the door? No. So another question. So can can you describe to these lads the process of selecting blackthorn? So when you go out, back when you were more physically able, of course, when you would go out looking for the blackthorn, like, how did you select a piece? Like, what were you looking for? Tell these guys how you would go out and select a piece of wood that you were going to cut for blackthorn.
Well, we'll say that you're going to a place where you've never been before, right? So you're on a sort of a search, a hunt. It's like a hunt, trying to get where they are. So when you eventually see a group of them together, you just steady yourself and you must stare at them, and you'll see, you have to picture in your mind a finished product in something that's just thorny and raw, growing there in the wild. You have to, if you can imagine that, that's sort of, it comes natural to a stick maker. We see the item within reason. Like now, the piece you see may have cracks in it or something, but that is the basic. That's the first thing you look for. It's something that you can make an item out of, that is not too skinny or it's not too twisty or whatever. That's what I look for anyway.
Yeah. It's like what my dad was saying there is like, when you're a stick maker, you cannot stop looking for sticks and for handles. And he made the very good point there about visualization. You literally like have to see the finished product. Like I do the same thing too. You just look at the piece of wood, you can kind of see the finished product, and you're like, yeah, that's going to be a good thing. So visualization and being able to identify that is pretty good.
Yeah, it is important that, but it comes with experience too.
Yeah, because like the thing is, like you have to know how to identify different handles and different types as well. It's quite important. Tony says, you're talking about slows. I picked some this morning. Very nice and good crop as well.
Yeah, there is a good crop of them around here too. I see them on the trees. Yeah, seems to be a good year for the slow wine. So Tony, time to start brewing.
Okay, are you going to do the slow gin as well? That's very good. Okay, we have Curtis Rossiter says, working for a little longer, but I still plan on a knob handle blackthorn being my retirement gift to myself.
Yeah, well, that makes sense, Curtis. Yeah, you'd probably deserve it after working all your life.
What was your job, Curtis? Like, you can let us know as well. Let's see now. Tim says, we went to Dingle Peninsula, Ring of Kerry, and in the rain. slashing rain, and Sunday session at Bunkers as well.
Oh, that's good. They just got a session of music. Very good, Tim. Yeah, that's what it's all about. Look at the rain does no one any harm, I think. It'll keep the blackthorns growing for another while.
Okay, so Curtis, he's an airplane builder. So you're like aeronautical engineer, is it, or a mechanic or something? Yeah.
No, would it be that first word you use?
Airplane.
Yeah, yeah, that's it.
Very good. And he's from Kansas, USA.
Kansas, yeah.
What do you know about Kansas?
Oh, nothing. No, I've heard.
What is it? The Wizard of Oz. That's what I know of Kansas.
I did watch the
tornadoes.
The American Pickers, and I've seen them going through Kansas. All right, where they go to sheds and exploit a lot of fellas who don't know the right price of vintage stuff.
Yeah, that's it, man. Well, that's how it is in the world, man. You know, knowledge is power if you know what you're doing.
It is, yeah.
Okay, Wayne Haled says, what would you consider a good amount to collect for one day? So you're going out cutting for one day. What's a good amount? Well, physically, you're
the good amount is as much as you can cut, because for the simple reason that the minute you walk maybe and go away, there's someone else ready to pounce on that group. When you see it, cut it. That is our slogan always. That if you see it, cut it. Even if maybe a wee bit before the leaves fall off, because some other one will become right after you anyway.
No, I wouldn't do that, but I think that's the old side of doing it.
Well, that's it. The way, yes, you if you see it, cut it.
That's it. All the old school. That's a difference with the old school stick makers and stuff. Like there's guys will kind of go, but yeah, it is true as well that for me the right amount to cut per day is as much as I can. Like what I find is I can probably cut maybe about 50. Like physically, you just get tired. It depends. Like if you're trying to get root balls, which is the ones where you're digging out from the center of the bush.
They're murder. Like
you'd be lucky to get 5 or 6 out, and you're done.
Yeah, because all this roots going right, left, and center. They're everywhere. The ones in center, the worst going straight down.
Yeah, but like if you come across a patch of blackthorn and it's like overgrown, is very easy to get to, and it's already in the shade, you can go in and maybe you get lucky and might get 100 sticks per day. But like you know, on average you get maybe about 20 per day. If you're doing root balls, even less than that, and it's very, very rare. But the maximum I got one day was about 100, I'd say. Okay, Curtis says yeah, the Wiz.
Yeah.
1 second now. You see we have Steve Kelly. What did you tell me you sealed your sticks with to make them shiny? Glass.
What did he?
I don't know. He said, "Well, it's 2
I didn't tell him anything."
Okay, well, you seal. It's like easy. Like what you seal wood with, wood sealer. It's like you go into the hardware store. Literally, there's a whole section sealers, wood sealer. It's like you seal it with wood sealer. And how do you make it shiny? There's only one way. You gloss as the shiny finish.
Us old fellas have special ways too, but we don't talk about them too. You know, the old ways, the sort of special, using
old fellas are good at polishing
and spirits and all that. We've mixture, but we don't talk about them. They may be highly inflammable.
Don't use poachine, you know. It's like
don't be drinking
old school, man. Old school.
Don't be drinking something while you're making, when you're using sharp tools.
You'd be surprised, like spontaneous combustion. Like that's the safety. Like if you think about like safety in the 40s, 50s, and 60s compared to now, like the old lads would wear no masks, no nothing, and
for God's sake, we're using red lead and everything. You know, it never done us any harm.
Here
I am at 74, and I'm still strong as I was.
The key Richards of stick making, man. Nothing. The amount of fumes and substances he's taken.
That's it. I must get onto the cocaine and all.
Well, since there's some in Coca-Cola apparently, so you're old enough to get the original Coke. Maybe.
Well, that's it. That's me, Coca-Cola now.
All right. So David says, you taught your son well, Francie. He's a world-class stick maker. I collect from all over and shillelagh and some of the finest sticks too. So high praise there from David.
Well, that's good, David. Yeah. But he is able to make them. Yeah, perfect. Yeah. So
still learning.
He may be still learning, but look at
always learning.
He has the skill, and that's it. It's just goes down through the families, like with the same name, you know, Francis, Frank, whatever. Yeah, that's where we are. So 5th generation, and maybe another 6 coming along as well.
When you have the surname McCaffrey, there's a certain responsibility you have. Like, you know, you carry your family's legacy. Like, you know, I'm a McCaffrey. I can't be a failure. I can't be a lazy person. It's not part of our culture. Like all people who have the name McCaffrey, they're entrepreneurs, they're crafters. There's guys that take action. So like when you have the surname McCaffrey, you have to get off your ass and you have to get something done. There's no excuses. There's no this and that. And you know, it's just there's that legacy behind you, because I've seen how hard my dad worked over the years, and you know, it inspired me to not be a lazy fecker, as they say.
That's true. Yeah.
Okay, a question here from David. Question for both of you, so both of us. Do you consider fighting or self-defense when you shape or finish a stick? No.
No. That's look at the end result.
No stick maker does.
Yes. No. You can't. You know, you can't be mixing your skill at making sticks with defense and fighting, and that's
too many variations, and it's impossible. Like it depends on, like, you know, there's no consideration. We make walking aids. Okay, it's a Blackthorn walking stick that has been used and can be used for self-defense and for stick fighting. There is no specific style or technique on the crafting of the stick. Like, you know, you have thorns in a stick, and sometimes those thorns you can't move your hands up and down, but then there's techniques you can use in scraping with. So when we're making the sticks, we make it the traditional way. We make the Blackthorn sticks. If you are a self-defense guy and you have a stick in your hand, your self-defense training, your martial arts training, you will know how to use that stick. If you are a accomplished martial artist, you get a piece of wood in your hand or a McCaffreyCrafts sticks, you're going to know how to use it to self-defense. So the thing is, like, it's the person's training in self-defense is what you should consider. Like, if they're holding a stick, if they're holding a pencil, if they're holding like a bata, if they're holding something, you know, they will be able to use that in their self-defense. So the thing is, like, when you're considering self-defense and stuff, that's usually to do with the training more than the weapon. Like, there's
more or less, we make them, and what people use them for after that is, you know, that's up to themselves. But when we're finding them and searching for them, getting them, cutting them, look at, we get the finished product, and after that, bye.
Exactly. Like, yeah, even we did an interview with Jerry Hicks, and he was saying as well, like, that's, you know,
right,
I'd have the same philosophy as Paddy from Jerry Hicks Sticks in terms of answering that question. Okay, Mary says, I like the short videos and how you make the sticks. Thanks you, Mary. I've been putting out a load of little scenes of me doing the stick making. Let's see, Francie, your old school trade secrets. I know what you mean, talking about the probably
that's it, safety. Tony. Yes, that's for sure. There's a few of them. I'd say we'll take them to the grave with us. We'd have to be tortured.
Yeah. You know, like,
you know,
true. he survived childhood. I survived childhood. Like, you know, this new generation, man, they're a bunch of softies.
Oh yeah.
Okay, we have another question here. Let me go. Curtis as well. If I may if I may ask a question, I want to order mine from you. Authentic from your country. Very good. Would you consider including maybe a picture and a note or something in case anyone asks me where it came from? Adds to the value of being crafted to you. Yeah,
of course. Yeah.
Make a video. It's easier. Like,
you see, have a video of that particular one. Yeah, and we can talk about it, or just whichever.
Well,
yourself.
What I do, Curtis, is like, I'll make a video. I'll throw it on YouTube. It's there forever. Like, if you just write something down on a piece of paper, like, you know, the ink will come off over the years. You know, it can get damaged and different things. Like, if you really want like some kind of like authentic thing, is I'll do a YouTube video. I'll say, hello, Curtis, how are things? Here's your stick. It's on the way, and then, you know, that video can be downloaded. You can have that forever.
Yeah.
That's a better way.
Immortalize it.
Good old Zero Fox, an OG of the channel, saying hello to both of us as well.
Hello, Zero. Yeah.
Dave's find this interesting. Very good. Let's see, Francis, make a cup of tea for your dad, and don't forget the biscuits. Do I look like a housewife, Tony, man? Maybe that's how your Irish woman or girlfriend or wife has trained you. But us McCaffrey men, who makes a tea in our house?
Oh, we never make. We don't even know how to fill a kettle.
How many? Okay, I'll ask my dad a question as well. How many cups of teas have you made this week?
Me?
Yes.
0.
How many cups of tea have you made this month?
1.
Oh, what happened, man?
I was at that wedding.
Oh,
I was at a wedding, and up in the room there was facilities for making. So I said I'd be the good guy, and I made one for myself and the wife.
That is a rare moment.
Very rare.
In growing up, I've never seen my dad, like, maybe my mom was sick or something and she wasn't there, and he was like desperate for a cup of tea. He hit the button on the kettle, but like, you know, I've never seen my dad make a cup of tea.
No,
but,
we're not
too misogynist here, man. It's woman's work.
Yeah,
tongue in cheek said.
Yeah.
All right. Let's see. Tim says, let's see. I saw several McCaffrey tombstones in a cemetery in County Tyrone, where they were. Popular surname there, Tim.
Oh, it's
Yeah,
very, yes,
definitely.
yeah, of course, yeah. Tyrone, Fermanagh, Cavan, and even up into, well, what's that, Sligo, where's Ballinamore? Longford, I think, is it? Yeah, somewhere up there. Yeah. Oh, that region between, there was a mountain, and we're on, because we originated from the mountain people.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Yeah.
McCaffrey's, man, we breed like crazy. McCaffrey's have big families, like
like rabbits.
like rabbits. Yeah, we're very virile tribe. Okay, let's see now. Wayne, your dad must be really proud of what you have achieved for the family. Do Irish drink McCaffrey's like we do in the UK? McCaffrey's ale. What do you think of it?
Yeah, I drank it a few. I drank it a few. It was made in Tipperary.
Yeah.
It was all right. Yeah, it's a sweetish type of ale, but it's okay. But I wouldn't just drink it because it's McCaffrey. I'd just drink it if it was thirsty.
But another example of the McCaffrey name of doing something and doing business as well. Like it's like it's part of being a McCaffrey as well. You have to do something. You have to set up some business or something. It's like you see that all around you with all the McCaffreys. Like most McCaffreys, that's the kind of what's bestowed onto him. Tony saying his mafioso background. I'm a Sicilian stock, and my Irish woman makes the tea. She's Irish.
That's it.
Yes,
Good man,
yes.
Tony. Yeah, that's it.
Well said, Tony, man. Well said.
Yeah.
I know you said that, and she's not around.
Has she got red hair by any chance?
That's it, man. That's it, Tony, man. You know the job, man. Tony's brave when she's not around.
I tell you, yeah. He little stick in his hand.
So dust in my eye, guys. So Howdy from Texas. I own 2 of your famous Blackthorn walking sticks. I ordered one for my dad as well. It's the only walking aid he will use as well. So
well, there, Perry. Yeah, thanks for that. That's good. Yeah.
Appreciate that. Like, it means a lot to us that you actually use the stick. And
are you anything to the Detective Perry Mason? Of old. Yeah.
There must be some reference to that as well.
Yeah, there must be.
All right. Here we have another good customer. Jeremy Duncan says, hello, McCaffrey's.
Good man, Jeremy.
Question for Frank. What type of wood do you what type of wood did you do? Oh, sorry, what type of work do you do to stick making? Yeah.
Oh, it was all in the industry, roofing houses, first and second fixing, fitting doors, skirting, architraves, anything wooden. That was it.
Units as well, remember?
Kitchens, then yes, I did. Kitchens. Yeah, I made built-in units, making kitchens. I had a little firm, had my own name. Yeah, that was it. Yeah. And I do a lot of I try everything. We do. There's no limit to what we do.
But his profession, to answer the question, his profession is carpentry.
Oh, it is carpentry.
Like he'd be doing, like, what I remember is always he was like doing up houses, doing up fittings. He worked for Mikey Hora back the road, and if anyone knows from this area, he was like a very well known business guy as well. And my dad be well known and well liked in the community as well. All right. So Steve says, do we have any popo in the family? Do you have any police or Garda in the family?
Not that I know of any yet. No, I don't think so. No.
We know how to keep our mouth shut.
We are sort of we guard ourselves. We got the sticks to mind ourselves.
Yeah. We're rebels. We're rebels, Steve, man. Yeah. We don't play by the rules.
No, Steve. That was a loaded question.
It was a loaded question, man. I plead the fifth, man. Like, I'm not answering any questions. Like, I plead the fifth of that.
No.
Okay, let's see. Slightly red. She just thumped me in the ribs. I told you, man.
Oh, that's it. Yeah.
But Tony, man, I'm going to give you some credit because you had the gonads to actually say it in front of her. Yeah. So it was worth it. It was worth it just to get that out, man.
What county was she from? What area in Ireland, Tony?
Go on, man. Okay, you say that. Let's see. Do you want to make a carved stick out of a larger log? Or do you make carved sticks? He's asking, do we do all the carving and stuff?
No, we do not carve at all. We just shape. What we make is the basic blackthorn style of stick, but no carving. That's not us. No. Leave it to the carvers.
Yeah, we're not doing the fancy things. It's too time consuming. It's
because carvers, they use lathes and wood lathes, and there's so much different things. Fellas with chainsaws can do lovely work, on a butt of a tree standing. Could be a bear, could be a greyhound, it could be anything. But no,
Look,
we're working with just the blackthorn sticks, light and handy.
We do the Irish style of stick making, the authentic style, the
Mhm.
style that is rustic, that is heritage inspired style. All the variations and handles I do, you see the type of style that we do. If you want a stick that you can use, like if you want a beautiful piece to throw up on the wall or something, like, you know, we don't do those carving shows and dog heads and bird heads and all these things.
No.
Rustic sticks, comfortable to use and meant to be used as well. We make walking aids as well.
And we don't load them with paint and varnish and all like some people. And, you know, they're only things for show. Sure, if you had them out in the wild, if you're walking through mountains and forests, you'd be flittered apart. There'd be all scrapes and tears. That's not what we do. We get sticks that you can use, good strong ones that take a bit of a beating. That's what we are about.
All right. She's a Cork lass.
Oh, Cork,
Pure.
there you are. Yeah. I know a few people that were born in Cork.
She's all out to say. I was conceived in Cork, probably.
You were born.
Yeah.
Yeah. I lived in Cork for 14 years. Yeah, that's right.
All right. So I'll ask another question as well. So, like, what type of qualities do you actually look for in a piece of blackthorn when you're actually choosing it for crafting? So, like, you have all the pieces there. So, what type of qualities do you look for in a piece of wood before you start working on it?
Well, first of all, Annie, you must check that there's no cracks, right? There's no flaws in it as such, right? Also, you have to see where there's these dog legs that you get them on sticks. If you see them, they're very, very hard to get out. But we can do it, as you know, but they're very hard. So sometimes you could leave them for the wet day, we'd call it, you know what I mean? Leave them for another day, especially if you're busy. But the features I look for is just the knuckles. I like the knuckles, and I like the sort of the knobs, and there's other types of handles as well, like that we sort of like whatever's there, we'll make it, and because everyone isn't the same. If you're selling stuff, someone that wants a different stick than the next person, right? Everyone mightn't just want a knob stick. They might want one with a sort of a cardigan or whatever that name is that they use there, with a T type handle is good as well. Okay. But yeah, it's just whatever comes handy to us, we'll just use. But this, as we said before, when you see the stick, you know what you're going to do with it. Yeah. You're not can't make a T handle out of a knob for a start, where vice versa, you still can't do it either. So what you get is what you see.
Yeah. So like the thing is, if you sometimes if you're making like a T-shaped stick, you just make 2 cuts at the end and then you can round it. So like usually there's less time spent on that, while if you're doing a knob stick, there's a lot more work and effort and energy involved, and you'd feel it on your wrist after you've been grasping and sanding for ages.
The rasp caught me there. Where is it now? Oh, it's gone. Oh no,
there
look, that's cost me.
Always the same spots.
There's two same spots.
You can show them as well. See some old man goer.
Old man goer. Ooh, another one there. Another one there. They mean nothing.
You call that a wound?
Yeah. When you get a cut, you never even look at it. Just pass no remarks. It didn't happen. Some people be, oh, look at this, look at that. I think if our finger was hanging off, we'd just keep going.
All right. So do you use any other species of wood, or do you want to try any other species other than blackthorn? So other than blackthorn, what other type of woods do you like to use?
Well, I really like the mountain ash. It's a lovely wood to work with. When it's stripped down, now you take the bark off it. It's really nice that way, and if you do it nice and carefully, it looks lovely. But it's like everything else, you just have to do it right, and you must have it well seasoned. So it's also, there's also the other name on it. It's mountain ash. Yeah. Okay. But it's a lovely timber to work with, and we work with holly. Actually, holly is nice as well, but there's no features, and you have to strip it as well. Yeah, but it's pretty nice as well.
Okay.
And what else do we use? Hazel.
Hazel as well.
Hazel is nice, yeah.
Hazel is easy to work with. It's
hazel,
nicer, yeah.
Actually, hazel is very nice, and you can get a lovely round knob on them. Yeah, they're very nice, and they're light as well.
Very traditional.
They're traditional, because all the cattle drovers for animals and they use them, and that's how we'll say in our time years ago, when my father would be making loads of them for the cattlemen.
Okay.
especially at the fairs. They need the sticks.
All right. So he's asking any species from North America like diamond willow, but we're in Ireland, so
We're in
yeah,
Ireland, no, but we had a diamond willow, but
we had one.
yeah, we had one. It was just gifted to us.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we just any wood that's unique to America, we just we're in Ireland. Logistically, we just can't get our hands on.
Yeah, we just go out and cut what
So
we
James is
have.
saying there, holly trees grow south of me in Maryland. They don't grow this far north as well. So there's some holly there, James, for
Yeah,
you to work it.
that's it. Yeah, holly is yeah.
So like,
That's
if you heard the expression "give her holly," what does that mean, Dad?
Give her holly means at the when the fraction fights happen, the women be shouting that for their men to go and use the holly stick on some unfortunate ruffin.
Can you use it in a sentence? Give her holly. Go on, put it in a sentence there.
I just give it holly.
In a modern sentence, how to
yeah.
give her holly.
Well, there's another one, there's the Clash of the Ash as well. But this is for the hurlers, you see. But at one stage, holly was used as a hurling shinty type of stick as well. So, but give her holly, it means put more wood on the fire.
It's a nice term there from
Yeah,
Ireland that
it
you guys
is.
can
Give her-
use.
Yeah, give her holly.
But you have to use it a bit carefully. Let's see. The holly trees look really big. Yeah, they are. They're thick as well.
Yeah, it was the branches we use, not the
exactly.
the center.
How about Rowan? That's what you said, Matt. My surname.
Well, that's
derives-
it. Yeah, that's it. That's the rowan tree. It was the mountain ash. That's
Mhm.
the rowan tree. Yeah, make loads of it. Yeah, I think we showed you some of them downstairs, didn't we?
We did. You saw some, Tim. We
You
had
saw
remember,
some. Remember?
near the root balls.
Yeah, I said that we stripped them down. You asked me some question about one. All right, he did.
Did indeed as well. All right, I'll ask another question as well. So, why don't you tell these guys about the curing process of blackthorn and the seasoning process of what's involved?
Well, the first thing that you make sure anyway is that they're not in too hot a spot or a wet spot. You have to get them where the air is circulating. That's the most important thing. Air must circulate, right? Some people put them with the heavy side down, but what I always did was just put them horizontal and leave air circulate through them. Because when I was serving my time as a carpenter, timber was killing dried. I was in the sawmills, and with the killing dried, that's the way it was put up, and those little strips put to leave the air circulate. So that's what you have to do. Yeah, it's just leave the air circulate and give it plenty of time. But most importantly, you must seal the ends. Seal the ends with paint, or especially an oil-based paint that'll soak in and stop it from cracking. And also, when you're cutting them, don't cut them too tight, too close to what you have in your mind to make, because the first inch will probably crack anyway. But you don't mind that if you've allowed 4 inches for something that you only want 2.5 inches or 3. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's good. That's a good answer, Dad. Like, there's a lot of knowledge there that you're getting in today's live stream. Like, you guys, you're getting this knowledge from free from my dad. Like, that he's telling you as well. So, please please share, please promote this video on Facebook. So after this video ends, just share it onto your Facebook page and share it around, because you're getting some really good knowledge today, guys, as well. And then Tim is a bit regretful here. He says, I should have bought a Rowan stick right there and then as well. You had your chance, Tim, man.
Yeah. Well, you can still order. You know where we are, and we'll ship it to you
as well. All right. So let's actually, I'll ask you an easy enough question. Like, right, what tool do you like to use in stick making? What's your favorite tool?
I like this. They're a Chinese type of a Japanese rasp. Is great. They're lovely. They're actually like a pile of little hacksaw blades, the way they're made, crisscross. And there's 2 sides. There's a rougher side and a smoother side. They're dead handy. They weren't around in my time, but I do love them. Now there's another thing, is a spoke shaft for peeling off the bark. Hard to get the spoke shafts now, but I think I have a couple real 100 years old, real old ones my father had. And any old tools, this wood, and you have to be careful because the woodworm will get into them and they fall apart. But that they're some of the tools I use. Obviously saws, and what else is there? Sanders, and elbow grease.
Yeah,
Yeah,
plenty of that
yeah,
as well.
yeah.
And Jeremy uses one as well, so that's good. Yeah, they're handy. The Japanese woodworking tools are pretty good. Like there's some,
They're compared to what we used to have to use long ago. What I had before was they used them on the horses' hooves. They were a big type of a rat, a big wide thing, for shaving off the hooves of horses and donkeys and stuff like that. Yeah.
Okay. So we have a question here from David. So for cudgels in modern days, do you see them sort of like a swagger stick, an art piece for display, like without martial arts in mind, or is a cudgel pretty for show? I collect for show, just curious. So he's just asking about what cudgels in modern times. You can't
Yeah,
work around swinging too much.
no, they're just for That's why they have a leather rope or string or whatever you call it on strap. They're for hanging up, and especially for people who are Irish, you're connecting with your heritage. When people will say, "Oh, look at that! That's an Irish stick," so that's what it sort of basically it is. But if
So
someone breaks
in.
if someone breaks into your house and yours is just hanging over the fireplace, you'll have it in your hand in minutes, and that's it. You'll be using it on them. So that's it. And it's you see, there was one time the Irish people weren't allowed to have any sticks or staffs or anything. So that's why cudgels were made, that they weren't a weapon, but in theory they were a weapon, if you know what I mean.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
All right. And you see now. Let's see. How many inches should we cudgel be, at least?
Well, we make them 26 inches. That's what we usually make them.
About actually 18 to 20 inch. Like
18, 20, yeah. You can different sizes, but if you have enough room, I'd go. It's easy to cut off if it's too long, but when you're making a thing, you can't add on to a stick, but you can cut off. Isn't that it?
Exactly.
Instead of if we get 42 or 43-inch walking sticks, we don't call them hikers. We just they're sticks. And then if people want maybe a hiker, we use that. But if they want 6 inches cut off, we cut it off.
All right.
It's immaterial.
I'll ask another question as well. Okay, can you give some insights into the symbolism and cultural significance of the shillelagh in Irish tradition? Like, what's the cultural significance of the shillelagh?
Well, the shillelagh is going down. It's a sort of our breakaway, because the British were ruling Ireland here, and their rules, like, it goes back to from the famine times. In that time, you see old, not pictures, but you see drawings, tracing of drawings, people, and you'd see a man with his baggage. All he owned was on his back on a little sort of a baggy thing, and he'd have this little short stick over, and the knob end would be to stop the stick sliding off. So in theory, like if you had one, you're walking along with your shillelagh over your shoulder. There was a few songs, I think Bing Crosby had songs about it, right? But that's what it was. It was a thing that was, by the way, oh, I need this for carrying my my stuff, and like people would have a suitcase. This was their belongings. But if someone attacked them, you could use it for that. But you couldn't be used. It couldn't be used as someone say, "Oh, well, look, you had a dangerous weapon there," when in fact you were using something that was over your shoulder.
Okay. So I'll ask another question now. Is there any like particular challenges or difficulties that you've encountered when you're crafting a shillelagh stick? What are the kind of difficulties you usually encounter?
Well, wait till we see now what difficulty do I can't. Wait till I see now what might be difficult.
What are the kind of main difficulties? So when you're making the stick and you're going through the process, like what are the kind of main difficulties throughout the process?
Well, I tell you one thing is trying to get bends out of sticks can be awkward, right? Trying to get the bends out of certain sticks is very awkward, but we can do it. But it's like everything else. Don't pressure yourself. Just take your time, do it properly, because if you do it properly once, it's no good rushing through it and leaving it and come back to it. That's self-defeating. You just get the thing, sort it out. It's like sorting out a problem. Right.
Yeah. The main difficulty is, when you have those little spiral things you're trying to get out. Like sometimes you have a stick and you bend it one way and then another goes, and then you bend it another way and another goes. Like they're the kind of ones that I know.
Oh well, they are. Yes, they're tricky. Like you see, that's the thing. And the more often you keep twisting them, they get sort of pliable, they're too flexible.
Yeah,
But that's, you don't get that in the stronger sticks, but in the smaller type sticks you get that. But I noticed you don't get it in the thorn. We know the thorny ones we do. You don't get that because them thorns seem to have created a straightness. You know what I mean? Where offshoots of a biggish branch of we'll say a stick, that will have created sort of a big bubbly thing, maybe resulting in a dog's leg.
Okay, guys, come on, keep the questions coming in while you have this opportunity to get this great knowledge from from two generations of stick making. So David says thank you. So I wanted to share. I heard the reason we think of druids and wizards now as using magic staffs and wands is because of legends of Celts using merely a stick to beat swords as well. So yeah, the druids would have like the different staffs and different things over the years. And
yeah, that's it. Yeah, there was druids. A lot of people go after the rowan tree for it seemed to have some kind of spiritually magic-y stuff in it. There's some people even used to be looking for the thorns and them type of stuff.
The only magic my dad has is when he's talking to the women.
Well, that's another skill.
Skill, man. You see, man, smooth talker, man, smooth talker. So right, James says, do you have any other hobbies, Dad?
Oh yes, I do. Yeah, I'm a bit of a collector, maybe a hoarder. I have old vintage tools and things like very old stuff. I gather up. I go around the car boots and fairs and stuff, and I buy and I sell. So yeah, that's one hobby, and it can be time consuming enough. But other than that, I wouldn't have just. I don't do any odd jobs anymore now because I think my time has come to an end for doing a lot of jobs. I stick with helping my son doing the best.
Well, I have a good question now. Okay, do you have any advice for aspiring blackthorn shillelagh stick makers? What is your advice for the aspiring stick maker?
The aspiring stick maker is the knowledge to make sure and find out where the sticks are, right? So you must be prepared after you gather them to wait for at least 2 years and possibly 3 years, depending on how thick the sticks are. So if you're only going to 1 or 2, maybe start with maybe 10, get 10 and wait for them to season and work on them, right? See how you get on with them. Watch the videos. My son has several videos of the straightenings, things that we made, of the vices we use, of the tools we use. Knowledge is the whole secret of this. There was no knowledge in my time. It was what my father told me. So in theory it was, but it was only what he'd said. There was no visual. I had no visual of how we did it because, I left home when I was then 15. I was gone. So I only had what I remember from about 10 years of age to 14. I was gone. That was it. Served my time as a carpenter.
Okay. James says, I want to make a carved wooden stick out of sweet birch and black cherry wood as well.
That's all right.
Interesting wood.
Yeah,
Go for it.
Go for it, yeah.
Do you draw your day, or any other record of your day?
No. Every day is like another day. That's
okay.
it.
Is blackthorn your personal favorite of the woods you've made things from? Would be for me, yeah.
Oh, it would. Well, sure. It's our heritage, blackthorn more so than anything else. Like, yeah, no. Blackthorn is the number one.
There's nothing compares to blackthorn.
No, it's the number one. It's the hardest wood to get here in Ireland, anyway.
And blackthorn doesn't grow. Okay, let's see. Do you use epoxy? No, we stay away from the epoxy.
No. We have our own.
That's not what we like to do.
No.
And we have Mary saying to tell Aaron to hello as well. Yeah, he does asks. He always wants to be on the live stream. Yeah. He's in bad humor today, so I don't know. We have him on.
Yeah, my wife's over with him there, keeping him company anyway. So she'll be keeping him fed.
All right. Okay. I have another good question that I can ask you, Dad. Okay, how do you see the future of blackthorn shillelagh crafting? Like, how do you see the future going of this now? So you've a man from the past, you see the present. How do you see the future of blackthorn shillelagh crafting?
I think myself now that it's getting scarcer. The wood is getting scarcer. There's grants for farmers now to dig out their ditches, to diversify. Now, some places you can't even cut your grass. You have to keep it for the bees, which are important, obviously, and birds and flies and all these things. The rules, the Green Party they'll be stopping us from cutting trees, which in theory we are only cutting shrubs. They're not trees. Like blackthorn is only a shrub, but this is the way things are going now. So I can see another 20 years there won't be many blackthorn stick makers anyway. What do you think?
Yeah, I think it's going to be like a rarer commodity to get. As Dad said, like the Green Party, they're all environmental. They're all these rich guys who went to private posh schools, and they don't understand the country person or it is like when we cut blackthorn, we do it in an ethical way. We do it in a way that we're coppicing correctly. You do want to have the hedge preserved. Like when we go into a farm and there's hedges there, we don't clear the whole hedge. We take a few sticks. We're very, very respectful of the. And what we do is we take some of we cut aspects of it so that it has the light and continue to grow. So like we want the blackthorn to grow as much as possible. But yeah, it is like the politics in Ireland is like everywhere. It's getting a bit annoying where you have these guys. The Green Party is getting a lot of hate in Ireland at the moment, and rightly so because they're annoying. And they're making rules without even thinking, and they have no common sense.
Yeah, the fuel that Irish people have used over centuries is the turf.
Yeah.
And no, they'll stop people cutting their own turf, which is, it's ridiculous. Like,
yeah, turf cutting is part of being Irish, and like the Green Party literally want to do away with the burning of turf and different things. Like Ireland's a tiny little spot. Like if you burn a bit of turf, man, it's not going to change the world or something like that. Like a bit of, come on, like people have been doing it for hundreds of years and different things. It's the industrial huge complex that are pumping out tons of gas and things. They're the ones they should be maybe looking at. But for like targeting a home who's cold and wants to like burn a bit of turf is ridiculous.
That's all the old people that just have. That's their only fuel that they would have, like, and maybe a few, firewood, whatever they could get on their farm. It's a disgrace, to be honest.
Yeah, but like as I was saying, the future is going to be less and less people involved. It's hard work. If you believe that this new generation of guys coming to are hardworking, are determined, you can kind of believe in a future. But they seem to be pretty soft boys, that's cry over everything. But it's like going to, like, the thing is, like the blackthorn sticks that you buy today is like an investment. If you hang on to it for 10-15 years, like the value of the stick that you own today is going to go up. It's like literally a store of value. I've said this before many things, that the blackthorn that you get today, it's going to be less in the future. There's less land for it to be developed. There's less hedges as well. So yeah, like the future, who knows? Like it's up to guys like myself to keep this tradition going for as long as possible. Yeah. But all good things come to an end, and we can't stop the tide coming in, and things change. But I'm showing the world there's a living of it. Like what I'm doing on this channel is showing that there is a future in blackthorn stick making. There is a living in stick making, and you can actually survive doing it. So I'm trying to do my piece for the cause anyway, and hopefully I can inspire people. Do you make items out of blackthorn wood carving bases? We similar question before. We kind of answer that. Not really into the carving.
No.
I agree. I own an ebony stick and lots of clubs made of various woods. Blackthorn is up there with ebony and koa. It's the perfect material for a stick. So David is
that's good. True, David. Yeah, that's it.
Very good. Let's see. I can't imagine going to Ireland too and not smelling turf smoke as well. Yeah, exactly.
Well, that's it. Yeah, it goes with the territory. Yeah, that's true, Tim. Yeah. Did you make off Tyrone at all this time, Tim?
Yeah. So did you like? Tyrone's kind of far from down here as well.
And
James said, "I'd like to get some coal wood and make a stick as well." And look, you have the desire there, James. So it's just managing with what's possible with what you have as well.
Yeah.
All right. Last but another question. What's your favorite aspect of crafting these sticks? What's your favorite part of the stick making process?
Well, I suppose when I was making the first, the whole best part was when you got it sold.
Yes.
It's no good. It's not there to be looked at.
Cha-ching.
That's it. Yeah. We have our money head on now.
Yeah.
That's it, yeah. And people say, "Oh, you must keep some good ones." We never keep them, you know. You just because you can make another. We just keep making them, and like his son's a business, and that's it. He sells them, and but in my time, like I was only tipping around one here and one there, like.
Yeah, but you see, like, it's important, like, for it to be a business. And again, as I said earlier, like being a McCaffrey, you have that pressure of the family name and the legacy to go with all the great business guys that are in our families as well, and that have accomplished and succeeded and done many things over the centuries and years as well. So, like, yeah, you do, you do have to have a positive attitude about these sticks as well. Let's see. Hawaii has a lot of interesting woods. Very good.
Yeah.
Koa is very expensive wood, but it can be very fine as well. Fine is in brittle, is it? Or I don't really know Koa too much.
We don't know what.
All right. Peter has some link here. What's it? It's Prunus spinoma, yeah, is also the slow, spiny. Get rid of. Yeah. Okay, so it has that thing as well. Let's see now. My sticks are way different than your blackthorn sticks. So that's good. As a stick maker, you find your own journey. You have your own style. That's the way to go about it.
Yeah.
Yes, indeed. Found my family's farm and cottage that runs in Clogher, Tyrone.
Oh, lovely. Yeah, the Clogher Valley. Yeah, that's right. I know it. Very good. Yeah, it was nice to come to Ireland and see it. Oh, did you tell me something about that? Yeah, that the ruins you eventually found it through climbing through hedges and ditches and stuff. Yeah.
Okay. Let's see now. Like, we'll see if there's any more questions, guys. If you have any more questions, there we're in the last few minutes of the live stream. So if you want to get any questions in to ask my dad, please by all means do that as well. Let's see. Did you show your dad Francis the giant stick? The one? Yeah. My dad's involved in the finishing it as well. He did the final finish on it as well.
Yeah, I that was a little project I had to do for that stick. Yeah, it was a bit.
Actually, yeah,
it was a bit time consuming. Yes,
two of us were involved in that one.
We were. It was a dual mandate type of stuff.
Well, that stick was finished over years. It was one of the ones where we put back and back, and then we were worried like that it was about 10 years in the process.
Easy, yeah, it was. So eventually we got round to working it properly. Yeah, that's right.
So that was so
not one you'll see every day, anyone like that.
When you're working with a piece like that, like you'd need more than one person, like even for positioning and holding it.
Even with you at that time, you hurt your arm and you could hardly lift it. It was very,
Yeah, exactly. Like, it's given the size of it. Sometimes, like if you're working on some large piece like that, you might need two people to do.
Yeah, it was even for the bench trying to twist it and turn it, and there was a lot of.
It's heavy, man. It's huge.
It was. You would definitely see anything of that too often.
Okay, let's see now. Dave says that piece is legendary, and I meant fine, like as in, refined taste, so to speak. Very good.
Oh yeah.
Do you want to learn any woodworking skill? Well, like my priority is developing a business, a brand, creating a legacy as well. Like I'm always interested in learning new skills and new techniques, but it always has to be within the confines of McCaffrey Crafts and fit in with my branding and where I want to go. Like I definitely, like for me, I want to create a legacy. I want like guys to be watching this channel 100 years from now and associating our family name as part of the tradition of Irish stick making. And hopefully we're not going down as the dodo of stick makers, like as in the last surviving stick makers.
Well, that's it. I hope there's some few after us.
There will indeed.
Yeah.
You'll go down in history for that piece. I wish I could have owned it. Yeah, it's like David. That was a one-of-a-kind item. There'll never be another piece like that. No. we do get very unique pieces all the time, and there's always a high demand for it as well. But that's the thing. Like when people go for our sticks, it is a one-of-a-kind. They're not going to see another. Like everyone knows that. Oh, I want another piece like that, but it doesn't happen. That's it. There's one chance. So if you see something you like, go for it, because if you don't, someone else will be on there straight away. James, my Irish grandfather had a blackthorn walking stick. Very good.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
So it's like almost a symbol of an old fella with the flat cap and the suit and the walking stick.
Yeah.
On Sunday Mass or something. Let's see. Stephen Campbell said we have a tree in Arizona called the Sonoran ironwood that works quite well for stick making. Just curious, how much dollars to ship a stick to Arizona? Well, I can answer that. It's about $35. and I can ship with UPS. If you buy 2 sticks or 3 sticks, it's still only $35. So you can get the more sticks you buy, the better value you get on the shipping. So if you buy 3 walking sticks, I can ship all 3 of them for $35 with UPS or with DHL, and it's there in 3 to 5 days, like no problem. It's actually very fast. And actually the logistics between Ireland and America is pretty good. It's almost like Ireland's the 51st state. Let's see, inlay and wood carving and case work as well. There's a few things there. Very good. Paul Conroy says, my grandfather had a blackthorn walking stick, and one of the boys cut off the thorns, needles. Let's see, needless to say, was not happy about that. So someone cut off one of the main features of his dad's favorite stick.
Oh God, yeah, what a pity.
Yeah. So that's not.
Yeah, once they're off, they're off. Yeah.
Okay, so guys, do you have any questions there? We're down to the last few minutes. Anything that you really want to know from my dad? You know, he's here for the last few questions, where we have to go in the next few minutes, go back to our lovely families, which are waiting for us as well. We'll have to check in on Tony. He's gone quiet, man, since his comment about the wife.
Yeah. I think she hold them down.
He's not allowed. He's banned from the internet for a while.
Who's that? James Coleman. What's he?
James has another question there. I would want that Arizona ironwood as well, and ironwood is very kind of hardwood.
We're in Ireland. We have our own type of wood.
We're biased. We're biased with the Irish woods, blackthorn and different things like that.
Oh yeah, that's it. Holly and ash.
Oh, he's still there. He's still alive.
Oh, good man.
But it was genuine concern, man.
He's able to use one finger.
Still here.
Still there, good man, Tony. Yeah. You're tough out.
That's it, man. That's it. Look, we care about you guys in the community, man. Tony, like we care for your safety. It's very important. You know, we just want to make sure there that you had survived.
Yeah,
you know,
that's good.
There's nothing worse than the fury of an Irish woman, and there's nothing worse than the fury of a Cork woman.
Yeah.
Okay, we got to go that. Let's see now. We a few more questions. What will you make out of that hard block of exotic wood you were sent as well?
Here, it's used for broadcasting this program. It's just underneath.
I use it. It's too hard to work with, man. It's like you can kind of carve with it, and you can make something with it as well. I might make it some days, but like we use a lot of hand tools and stuff, and it's hard to carve through something like that with hand tools and saws. You need some big power saw to go through that.
Yeah, we'll that's for another day, I think. But it's ideal here for.
Tony's laughing away. Let's see. I have an ironwood stick with brass tracks and leather wraps. It's awesome, and it's no blackthorn exactly. And Tony, some gratitude. He's saying thanks very much for caring, like you said. I said, Tony, man, we generally care about you guys. We know about you and your life, and we take note of these things.
That's it. Yeah,
and it's very important.
Yeah.
So anyway, look. We're going to wind up the live stream now, guys, and I'm going to give my last thoughts and last words there to my good dad to say. Anything you want to say to these guys?
Well, yes, thanks for asking me some questions, and I did my best, try to, give a reasonable, good answer, and I like all to be smiling when I'm doing stuff, and it's no good being serious. Life is too short to take things too serious, because when you're working on black sticks and black thorns and working on them, you know what I mean? You're in another world, actually. You're not even, you're out of space altogether. You're just, time goes by, and the next thing you realize, oh, look at what I shaped here I made.
Grow up in the 60s, man.
That was it, 60s. Exactly.
Going into another worlds, have your little third eye there.
That's right, I for those,
Lucy in the Sky with Diamonds, we'll say.
Yeah.
The initials to that you can figure out.
Yeah, old mate Willie Nelson. He's still going strong.
Very good. All right, guys. Thank you so much. Here are a few comments. Care about it. Okay, thank you. Thank you, guys. Hope you work the sticks. Need money for sandpaper supplies. Very good. Thanks, guys. Let's see the Nam mustache generation. Okay, bye. Okay, guys. Thank you so much.
Bye.
We'll let you guys go and get back.